Do you like calculus?
Do I like calculus?
Yeah.
I'm not very good at calculus. I'm more of a science person.
I also tutor people on the theory of relativity in black holes in general.
Oh, that's very interesting.
I've never really talked to a girl before.
What?
Well, my grandma, but that's it.
Well, my name is Emily. Take your hand if you're comfortable with that.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
This is for you.
Thank you. The fact that you came over here and spoke with us is a lot more strength than I would ever have.
Guys, are you tired of feeling left out of the dating game because you're shy and introverted? Do you wish you could go up and approach and attract the girl that you're interested in without feeling overwhelmed? If you're ready to break out of your shell and stop being invisible to girls, then this video is for you, okay? That's me going up and approaching a girl dressed up like a nerd, okay? I took it to the extreme. I acted extremely shy, extremely introverted, started stuttering, and was still able to get success, okay? I get it, guys. I was here at one point in my life too. Believe it or not, I'm extremely introverted, right? But I had to put the reps in. I wasn't naturally good at being able to go up and talk to girls, right? I found it overwhelming, but it's with the small steps first. When I was in high school, I would sit back and I would wait for girls to hopefully, please, one day come up to me and approach me, right? I'd be interested in a girl, I'd start kind of hanging around that vicinity. I'd hope that she'd notice me. I'd hope that maybe one day she'd come up and approach me, ask me to dance, right? Whatever the case was. Because I'd always heard this, right? I'd always heard, you know what, the right one will come to you eventually. But guys, I'm sorry to say it, it's bullshit. That is the worst piece of advice you can ever get from anybody, right? You as a man have to go up and take the lead. You want something, you go up and get it. You want someone, you go up and get her, right? So what I began to realize was that, listen, this passively sitting around approach isn't gonna do anything, right? I need to start putting the reps in right now. You wanna get better at basketball? Take 500 shots at the net, right? Take 5,000 shots at the net every single day, right? Put the reps in. You got to put the reps in. So what I started to do was I started to go up and approach every single girl that I saw, but I didn't just jump into the deep end. I just started with, hi. Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Then give them a compliment. Hi, how are you? Give them a compliment and then try to carry on the conversation, right? The point is that every time I would approach, I would get better and better, right? And I just got to a stage where it just became normal. It became normal for me to go up and approach people, not just girls, but guys on the street as well too, to approach strangers, to get myself used to being able to do that, right? I like to call myself an adaptable introvert, okay? So I can go into a room of guys and girls. I can work a room. I know how to do that now because I've gained those social skills. I've put in the years of practice, but I wasn't always like that, right? And you guys can change as well too, okay? So step number one is to put the reps in. Step number two is to desensitize. Desensitize. Start small. Don't go in with all these expectations. Go up to a girl and start with, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go up and say hi to 2 girls today, right? And then assess where you went wrong. Okay, I went up and said hi, but I should have said it more like hi, right? I should have said it with a lower voice. So give yourself feedback on what you could do better to improve the next time. Being an introvert can be a huge hurdle for somebody wanting to have a successful dating experience, right? Sometimes introverts, like myself, are huge overthinkers, right? They overthink and analyze conversations too much, and that allows them, or that actually gets them more in their own head, right? If you start thinking about, okay, this conversation could play out 16 different ways, I don't know where to go from here, right? And then it just causes you to not know what to say, right? Maybe you don't feel like you fit into the typical dating scene, or you just feel drained after conversations, right? So I'm gonna help you fix that, and you guys wanna stay tuned because I'm gonna also tell you in this video why being introverted can actually work to your benefit, okay? So stay tuned for that. You do not want to miss that. And guys, on that note, I'm going to make a lot more videos for you shy and introverted guys, so make sure to hit the subscribe button down below to improve your dating life, okay? So a lot of times introverts want to have more deeper and meaningful conversations, right? Because they are so in their own heads, because they are constantly overthinking things, maybe surface level conversation just doesn't do it for them, right? They want to have those deeper conversations, but they don't know exactly how to do it, right? So what you guys can start doing is start going to places more that you're interested in, right? Where there would be girls that share that same interest or passion. So this is going to make it a lot easier for you guys to have those conversations, right? You don't have to talk about weather, or you don't have to force yourself to talk about a topic that you don't care about. You'll already know how to open a conversation. You already know how to carry on those conversations. So by going to those places more often, that's going to allow you to start getting those reps in, right? To start being able to talk to and attract more girls that share those same interests and passions. Okay? That's extremely beneficial. Being an introvert can actually benefit you, guys, okay? And here's why. Oftentimes, a lot of guys, they shoot themselves in the foot by talking too much, trying too hard, being too loud, right? And that turns a girl off. I talk to girls all the time, and I ask them this question all the time. I say, what is the number one thing that turns you off on a first date, when you're on a first date with a guy? And they say that he talked too much, right? He talked my ear off, didn't ask me questions about me. He talked about himself the whole time, right? Trying to prove himself. That's why being introverted can help you guys out, right? Because it can be beneficial to just be quiet, to shut the hell up, to ask her questions about her and get her to open up to you, right? By her opening up to you, that's why you guys, or by her opening up to you, you guys want to try to find some common interests, to build rapport, right? Ask her questions and just sit back. Oh, really? And genuinely listen, right? Listen to what she's saying. And then bring that up later on in conversation, right? She was passionate about this, right? She likes lettuce. She loves lettuce. She loves growing her own lettuce. She likes making homemade masks out of lettuce. Bring that up later in conversation, right? Joke around about that with her and say, hey, you know what? I might just have a salad after all this lettuce talk, right? You've kind of guilted me into it. Oh my God, yeah, you were listening, wow. Of course I'm listening, because I'm introverted as fuck. That's all I do is listen. You don't want to get stuck in the question, answer mode, right? This can be commonly referred to as interview mode. So ask her a question and then make a statement. So, what do you do for work? Oh, you're a lifeguard. Interesting. You know, I actually did that for a little while. Yeah, no, I was in school for 2 years for it, right? But then I learned that it just wasn't for me. I was more of a fan of snowboarding, so then I switched it up. Question, answer, statement, right? Or you could ask deeper questions. Instead of, oh, so what do you do for work? You could say, so why did you choose that job out of the, 5 million jobs out there? Why that one? And what would you be doing? What is your ultimate dream job? This is also going to separate you from being that friend, right? You don't want to be in the friend zone even as an introvert, right? By having these flirtier conversations, by sticking out from these average guys, right? It's going to allow you to be put in that flirty category as opposed to that friendly category. Because guys, trust me, you don't want to be digging yourself out of the friend zone later on, right? And unfortunately, a lot of introverts get stuck in this trap, right? Of being the girl's pen pal, or the emotional tampon, right? So just by stating that with your intentions, being flirtier, even if you find yourself in the friend zone, right? If the girl, you can just tell the girl, hey, listen, I'm not looking for, I have plenty of friends, I don't need any more, right? You can tell her that. And guys, listen, I realize that this is gonna take a lot of practice, okay? You're not just gonna wake up and be able to confidently approach a girl, right? But with time, I guarantee you, you will be able to do so, right? You will be able to start having more fun and flirty conversation with girls. You're introverted, I'm introverted, right? I like to just sit back and, listen to what she's got to say, which, like I told you, right, can actually be in your benefit right? Just by letting her open up about herself, by asking her questions, getting to know the girl. Don't talk over her, just sit back. Okay, yeah. Just let her open up. So now you know you can have game and success as an introverted guy, but fellas, let's just be honest. You still gotta know what to say to initiate the conversation. That's why I've made you a video right here. Guys, these are some openers that shy and introverted guys like you and myself can use.